Welcome to Unveiled, the HPD podcast where we dive into the world of policing. I'm your host, Captain Michelle Rhone, and today we are joined by Teresa Jones, Kristine BouChamoun, and Kim Meyer. Thank you, Wonder Women of HPD. I'm so glad that you all could be here to join me today. So we have someone that is quasi-uniformed, right? So from forensics.
Yes.
And then you didn't wear your ComSec polo today.
I gave up on ComSec polos.
Oh, okay. Sometimes you got to trade them out.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta have a little bit of you. Still polo.
That's right. And I'm so glad that you never have a uniform because I love to see what fun, festive things you're going to show up in at our meetings.
Oh,
you have the best style. It's great.
Oh, that's nice of you to say.
Yeah. I'm used to this, so I have no style whatsoever. Have to look things up on the internet when I get dressed on my days off because I don't know what to wear. But I invited each of you for a very specific reason because you've all had very different journeys at HPD. So I kind of wanted to weave them. They weave together whether or not you realize that. So Teresa, you're the longest tenured. You were here when I came, but you worked in forensics.
I did. Yeah, I started here in 2000.
Yep.
So next February will be 26 years that I've been here, and it's gone by so fast.
It
I've
does.
had so much fun. But I did the forensics for 8 years, loved it, and then was fortunate enough to move over to the RTIC, or the Real-Time Information Center, where we do crime analysis and intel and look at cameras and stuff like that. So it's still something I love, so I've been very blessed that way.
That's awesome. Yeah. And you're our crime analyst guru. That's how I think of you, at least affectionately, then, behind the scenes.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
The real walking statistician who doesn't just, I feel like, in a lot of our meetings, you don't just read the reports, but you actually know what's going on. And there's a big difference. You can always tell who's read the report and who actually knows what's going on. And I get the feeling and the impression that you know what's going on in the city. And I think that's really cool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That means a lot. Thank you.
And you, Kristine, are currently in forensics.
Yes, I am.
When did you start at HPD?
February 2019, so it's been about 6.5 years now.
Awesome. Still like it?
Yeah.
I mean, we're on a podcast, so you sort of have to say that, but I'm just kidding. I'm glad. And what's your favorite part of the job?
Just something that it's something new every single day.
Yeah.
So you really never get bored.
I think that's what draws a lot of us into government work and police specific. I know that's what drew me into it too.
Yeah.
And Kim, we go way back. We worked patrol together.
Yes.
So you were a patrol officer we worked with, and we were on evening shift. They introduced shorts. So fun story.
Oh
I'm going to say it because it's the best.
It is.
So they introduced, it was more of a test run, I think.
It
These
was.
cargo shorts.
There were the Academy shorts, which were the shorter version. And then there were the cargo shorts, which, depending on how long your legs were or were not, hit you about at the knee.
Sure. So for me, they were like culottes because I'm 5'3". But Miss Kim over here is tall and has the most beautiful long legs. So we show up on evening shift and I get out of my car and she gets out of hers. And she gets out and it's just like the legs never end. And these shorts were short.
Definitely short. I kept the tags to make sure that they knew.
Right.
They were approved because
and I'm
they were
over
short.
here looking like I'm wearing my dad's work clothes. Anyway, the shorts didn't last long around here.
Not because of me, but I kept saying they didn't test them on somebody that was a little taller, but I did like them.
I mean, they were comfortable
They were.
and cooler in the summertime, but
Exactly.
not very practical for a
No.
job that
Yeah,
could
no. Especially if you were chasing somebody,
Right.
trip and fall. No.
skin your knees.
Yeah, that's not good.
So when did you transition over to communications?
2005, but my first stint with HPD was in 94.
Tell us about it.
And I left in about 99 to go to Okinawa with the first husband.
Okay.
Came back in 04, transitioned to ComSec in 05.
So you were a police officer before?
Before.
Wow, that's really cool. And then you were a supervisor in communications as well. So communications, for the listeners, is our 911 center.
Yep.
So you've worn a lot of hats there too.
I did supervisor. I'm on the SISM team.
Yeah.
Was a trainer, general instructor, all kinds of goodies.
It's really cool.
you can't say you're bored. That's not the place to be bored. You
I don't
never
think
know.
we could be bored in any of our positions
no.
here.
I don't think so either.
No, and that's what makes it exciting is
It
that
does.
there's always something going on.
And you notice how many women have come into like the police field and how many men are coming into the communications field.
That's so true.
'Cause
Because it's almost the opposite for you all, right?
It is, we might have 3 guys and then all of a sudden you won't have guys and then it's all women. It's mostly women
yeah.
out there, but to have guys up there, you're like this, oh, okay, some testosterone to balance out the estrogen here.
That's right.
And
It's a
they turn
different
out to be really
perspective.
good. It is.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much calmer they are
Sure.
than we are. Well, I don't
And
say.
it's interesting because I love my male counterparts, so don't get me wrong. But I think in policing in an emergency, we often find the women are that calming presence in a
Exactly.
crisis scene. And it's so interesting to me that you see the opposite in
The
communications,
communications, yeah.
where the men are the ones that are calm on the radio and the phones. And that's really fascinating.
Exactly. I like it. It's a nice balance.
Yeah. So, Kristine, did you always know that you wanted to work in forensics?
Yeah, since high school, I took a forensics class, and that prompted my interest, and then I majored in it in college.
That's awesome.
Here I am.
Yeah. I think it's really telling that the only job requirement in the police department that requires a bachelor's degree for entry level is forensics. So whenever I worked in recruiting for a long time, and we would go to career fairs, and that was, I mean, it's a selling point, especially when you go to a college. You know, college kids, or, well, college people that are exiting out want to use their degree, and I think that it's a great way to use a degree in forensics. It's really awesome.
It's crazy because when I went through college, they didn't have any forensic classes like that. So I was just a biology major. Karen Berman too.
It's very hard to find.
Yeah, and so now a lot of, like, even my old stomping grounds at Longwood, they're offering forensics and nursing now, and so like they are offering a lot more out there for the college students. So I think that's great.
Yeah, for that specific
Yep.
career field.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Like, my school had a bunch of different fields that you could go into, but within the forensics track. So
Like what? Now I'm curious.
there was like a drug analysis, there was DNA.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So with
great.
not the invention of DNA, because obviously that's part of our makeup, but with the technological progressions that we see in DNA and the way that they are used in cold cases now, because we were talking before the camera started about cold case analysis, and a lot of cold case squads are being brought back to police departments. Do you find that you all are opening a lot more historic cases now to re-examine DNA?
Yeah, so the forensic unit is all assigned cold cases to re-examine the evidence, determine if there's anything else that could be submitted to lab,
Wow.
since it is so advanced now. Yeah.
That's great. I think that, was it Williamsburg recently closed an older historic case on DNA, and I think there were some ties with the male suspect to a case or two in Hampton even. So now they're able to sort of weave all these networks together. It's really interesting, the science behind it. How many changes do you see since when you were in forensics? Because I know you hear them giving updates, and it's totally different.
It is different, but at the same time, I know with their technological advances that they probably had so many that I'm not aware of right now. Our office has had the same, and even officers have been
Right.
inundated with technology. You know, they're expected to do more with their body-worn cameras and the MDTs, and you know, it's so much. But I mean, I'm sure a lot of things have changed since I've been in there. But I sometimes do miss it. I hear it on the radio, and I'm like, ooh, I would love to be in that one.
Right. And then you see not the aftermath, that sounds really morbid, but the after report. Like, you see all the reports on it, and those are a lot of times the reports that your office ends up getting to analyze.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But that's not the fun part.
the analysis.
The reports that you
No.
have to type. Yeah.
That's so true. We always say, like, there's 10 minutes of excitement and 4 hours of paperwork to be
Yes.
done. And I know that's true for you all, too. All the excitement on the radio and then everything that comes afterwards.
When we get something big on the radio, all of a sudden, dispatchers are nosy. and we're going to solve the crime before there is even a crime called. We're sitting here going like this, check the phone number, check the name. I'm in ops command. Let's go to this one. Look at this call. If you go over here to this event number. So, I mean, we're sitting there looking stuff up before it's even asked for, which I find exciting for our end because we don't get the closure part.
Yeah.
But we can sit there and start digging and weaving and email this to so-and-so, put this in the notes so that way they know just in case it might be a hint. There's a clue.
That was going to be my question is if you give that to the officers because would really appreciate that.
We let them know, we're like, hey, cat history says blah, 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 just to let you know. And they'll be like, 10-4. And then all of a sudden they're like calling us. They're like, hey, can you send that to my email? And we're like, yeah, we got you.
That's really forward thinking, though. It's really helpful.
You have to because, if you can piece it together, does it not help?
No, it really does.
It might be a dead end. It might be nothing, but then it might be the one where you're going, didn't we have a car stolen at this location like 2 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
And this seems kind of the thing. Let's check into it. And we're nosy. We're nosy.
But I like that because that's how we work as a team, And I know the Arctic does that. Like if there's an accident at an intersection that has a camera, they'll get up on the radio and say the accident was captured. Or if we're looking at a specific suspect or even a victim, they'll send information out before we even ask for it.
Yeah.
So that's really great.
And I like that because people think we have the cameras. And I'm like, we've got nothing. So hang on.
Oh, they think dispatch has it.
Yeah, the citizens are like, yeah, I need a copy of my accident report. I'm like, sorry, ma'am, hang on a second. I'm like, what's Arctic's number? Do we give that number? But I mean, it's like, we only have, like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't outside of headquarters so we can tell it's raining or not. But we don't see traffic cams, so we have no idea.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. I don't need
even
to have.
think we give that footage. I'm not sure. Maybe the insurance company can get it.
We always tell them to do a FOIA.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm like, FOIA it, and we give them information.
And do you use the camera footage at all that's to help recreate or like look at the crime scene from...
I mean, sometimes the detectives will show it to us on scene, but I mean, either way, our documentation is the same.
Yeah.
But
That's really
sometimes
interesting.
give us a better idea of what actually happened to guide us a little bit. But
Sure. To recreate, because you have to sometimes draw sort of a picture, I guess.
yeah,
of,
we have to do a sketch.
Mhm.
We're old school. But I mean, regardless of the video, we just sketch what's there.
Sure.
So it wouldn't really help with that, but just in terms of like documentation, if like someone came like around like the back of the residence or something like that, and that
Yeah.
was captured on camera, so that would direct you to go, okay, I have to go take pictures of the back now.
Very
Something
cool.
like that, yeah.
That's neat. So much of what you all do is so meticulous and detail oriented, and you're out there for hours just processing every little thing. It must take an incredible amount of patience
Yes.
to be able to do that.
And caffeine.
And caffeine, right? I think we all need caffeine, right?
Oh, yeah.
To keep going. Are you on an overnight or no?
No, I got mandated for the first 6, and I go to work tomorrow, my regular 12, and it's weird. My schedule is weird. I'm neither night shift nor day shift sometimes. I just
Okay.
feel like I'm
Your whenever shift.
just a whenever shift.
That's
You
right.
need me, I'm there. Most of the times I'm there.
And you all, Kristine, you all even do a rotation on evening shift.
Yes. I work permanent evenings, though.
Okay.
But I sometimes rotate into a day shift, or I just come in
Yeah.
whenever they may need me.
And overnight, obviously, if somebody gets
Yeah, so
on
we're
call to
Yeah,
come
on
back.
call, yeah.
Mhm.
we're on call 24 hours.
Wow.
So
And even the Arctic is doing
Sometimes they get called out. If there's
overnights and
if there's something that if we have an incident and we have several people that need to be researched, then they will come in and
Yeah.
assist with that, or maybe from home if they have a laptop at home. But
Sure.
it doesn't happen all the time. But they're working nonstop all the time. The intel analysts. So we have a great group right now.
oh, for sure. I was explaining earlier to someone the differences between crime analysts and intel analysts and how they're truly meant to work in tandem so that the intel analysts make the crime information actionable. They take the crime information and create action behind it by analyzing the intel and who the players are, and how that's a recommendation nationwide. We see a lot of agencies that have crime analysts but no intel analysts, and we're like, well, what are you doing with all the information then? How are you making it actionable if you don't have the intel analysts? But we have a really good crew that works really well together.
We do, and some jurisdictions don't have them all and centralized in one location. They have them decentralized in different aspects, you know, whether it be gang or, you know, what have you. But I really like how we work, because when you hear someone talking, you can usually, you know, chime in and ask them, like, what area are you talking about? Okay, that's my area that I've been working on. We need to get together and talk about that. Or a detective will come up and start talking about something, and we can listen in while we're working. And, you know, it's really just really great communication and information to have.
Sure.
All of us. So it really works well together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is next for communications? Like, what do you see being the thing in 5 years for dispatching?
I thought it was going to be the text to 911. That didn't turn out to be as popular. So I'm hoping more along the lines of, for us, equipment-wise, more along wireless, that's better. Like our communications between upstairs and the road. The radios, you would think it was a totally different radio system. The connectivity is not as clear or as good as it should be.
Sure.
You know, so maybe better radio technology and a wireless system that allows us to move around when we have to, like, go maybe from a police CAD to the fire CAD that might not be sitting right next to us.
Because you have to unplug right now, right?
We have, they call it a wireless system, but then it's just, once you hit a certain point, it goes boop, 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 and then you're no longer connected. So you're like, okay, let me go back.
Sure.
So maybe something where the radio system, like we have Motorola, but portable to portable, perfect. Portable to unit, perfect. But unit portable to communications, not so much. And we feel bad saying, can you repeat?
Yeah.
Maybe something to clean that up would be great.
Okay.
I think we need 5G.
5G.
You know,
call
for upstairs.
Verizon or whoever, right?
Somebody. We need
AT&T, T-Mobile, call them all.
Something to clear it up. It's just, even when you do playback, it cleans it up, but you're sitting there going, it captured nothing of what he said.
Very interesting. These are the frustrations we don't hear on our side. We're just like, why are they asking us to say it again?
Yeah. And don't rain. When it rains, it's even worse. Y'all's radio gets wet, and then transmissions are like, and I'm like going,
we got to shake the water out of it.
yeah, I'm sitting there going like this, it's the weather. So that kind of technology, it improves in one aspect, but it's not taking into consideration we're wrapped in concrete on the 9th floor.
Right.
And Bluebird Gap is one tower, and then you've got out there by the beach is another tower, but it's not doing us any good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think's next for forensics?
Hopefully some new fancy tools.
Very cool.
Like a 3D scanner
Oh, that would
to
For the crime scene?
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be neat.
That would be awesome.
So does that mean you wouldn't have to sketch anything, right?
It still may be beneficial to do a rough sketch, but it looks better in court to be able to like walk through the crime scene instead of look at this little map that I drew.
So
With
truly
circles.
3D versus on a chart or a flat piece of paper.
Yeah, 3D, so you can like click on the evidence within the crime scene.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
That would be amazing.
So it's kind of like plotting basically like all your pictures just into a diagram.
Maybe like Google Streets, when you like can walk down
Yeah.
a road with a
Sure.
little hand.
I was thinking that, or when you can do the 3D tour of a house
I was
for
about
sale.
to say the same thing.
You know, you click on
Yeah.
the next room and it just like walks
walks you
you
through.
in.
Yeah. You just
so
get
it's
on the little
basically like
circles.
that, and you put in your evidence later.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So
That
you
would be
can see
awesome.
where the evidence is.
That's really
Look, if
Yeah.
they can do it for selling houses, we should
Yeah.
be able to do it for
Exactly.
crime.
It exists.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How about you, Teresa?
Gosh, you know, when I think back when we first moved in and started building the crime information center, or the real-time information center, Chief Salt was here, and he would tell us what he envisioned happening, and knowing where the officers are in real time on a map, you can see them all moving around, and when the call comes in, you're able to get to a camera before they can to see if the scene is safe, if it's a robbery for business. And I just thought, this man is really crazy. Like, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, and I'll be darned if we are not there.
Right.
So I really don't know what the future holds, but I know that police departments are becoming more dependent on technology to help us, respond faster, get information out faster, and it is overwhelming sometimes, but seeing some of the new software that's coming out is also, it's a lot of fun to see like where people are trying to take us, it's overwhelming because there's so much, and you don't know how long it's gonna be able to help you for until you have to upgrade to something else. And but like we're there where Chief Salt mentioned that day, and it's just unreal
we
to
have
me.
Command Central, and it's funny because you sit there and I'm going, former police officer, why is it taking you 5 hours for a larceny of a chapstick? and I'm like, bud, you haven't moved in 5 hours.
Yeah, because you can see when they move on the GPS.
When they move and where they are. There's a little lag time, but it's pretty spot on.
Sure.
You sit there and they say, oh, you could dispatch according to it. I'm old school, and I'm like picturing the district, and I'm going, nobody's ever in their exact district.
Sure.
So I use the Command Central, go, who's closest? Who do I have really that I can snatch off? And what's their location? How long should it take them? And everybody's like, why do you worry about that? I said, because if you have something that's going on, why am I going to pull somebody from way up here to go way down here when I have other people that are congregating at this central location that's 3 minutes versus a 15-minute drive? It's like playing, I tell everybody, it's like checkers and chess or backgammon, and you're jumping and sliding, and it's like king me, I like the way I think about communications, and glad that I have the police background because the steps to take and what is needed. So you just sit there and you go, all right, I got you. I like it. I try to train that way. But some people don't see it that way.
Sure.
You have to be on or experience both sides.
I think that's why the ride-alongs are so beneficial too, that you all come and do, so they can
I think the ride-along should be longer than just like
a day.
That shift. Because that's a joyride. That to me, they're like, oh, I want to get in trouble. I said, they're supposed to put you out at the nearest 7-Eleven that's populated.
That's right.
And you're safe. And then they go to that.
That's right.
But it's, I think communications should do a stint every now and again to see the lay of the land. Because a lot of them don't know the lay of the land because they're not from here. And when somebody says, I'm at 7-Eleven, they're like, okay. Which 7-Eleven? We've got a lot of 7-Elevens. Look at Wawa. Wawa's popped up. We got,
3
Pembroke.
of them now, I think. There's
at
a
the
lot.
old East Hampton Light, Mercury and Pembroke. You got the one at 2401 West Mercury. You got 5280 West Mercury. And some people don't even know the difference between the East Mercury and the West Mercury ones. So to ride around town, especially if you've never lived here, you're a military spouse and you've just gotten here from somewhere else.
That's a good point.
It does help a lot.
Yeah.
I know because I drove around in those districts. Most people don't know.
That's a great point, to be able to visualize what you're really seeing.
And what people are talking about. Because your callers, when they're in an emergency, they have no wherewithal of their location.
Sure, of course.
I'm on Mercury.
Yeah.
Okay. If it wasn't for Rapid SOS, a rebid feature in the CAD, most people wouldn't know how to help people to find where they are.
Sure.
And that I like.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think what we've learned is that our fields are all advancing in technology, and none of us really know what's next, but it's exciting.
It is.
And I'm kind of excited to see it. I'll retire in a few years, but we'll have lots of technological advancements before then. But we have plenty of jobs to offer, so we're hiring if you want to come and join us in our endeavors here. We've got lots of opportunities, and I'm really thankful for the three of you joining me today to share your adventures at HPD and your Wonder Women career paths that you've all followed. And some of us are nearer to the end, and some of us are just starting out. But I think it's great, and I'm really grateful that you all could join me today. So
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on another wonderful episode of Unveiled with the Wonder Women of HPD. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us for Unveiled, a podcast highlighting the extraordinary men and women of the Hampton Police Division. To learn more, check us out on our social media and at hampton.gov/police.